This is Patrick with No More Popcorn. We're finally back. This is my beautiful wife Tavy over here to the left of me. She's been watching movies with us for the past year and a half, 2 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So since everybody's been sick, we figured I'll do a review with my wife. And today we decided to watch and review Moana.
What?
Yeah, we're doing a review on Moana.
Oh, you could have told me that. I got that one down.
I'm kidding. No, we decided to watch one of her favorite old man actors, Brad Pitt's first leading role debut, Cutting Class. Uh, an 80s classic. It does not involve George Clooney.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, he
Yeah.
doesn't act, he doesn't do anything.
Oh,
He just stares and just says things. He
it's
does.
George
Oh
Clooney.
my God. But, so we're going to do a shot.
Okay.
Okay, are you ready? I got some terrible Jameson. She's got some sipping tequila. We're gonna do a shot here.
Cheers, babe.
Cheers. Ugh. So this movie is I think it was like 1984 when this came out. General story, 80s mystery slasher teen movie. What you're reading on the back turns out like this was intentionally supposed to be funny. So going through this, watching this, I thought they were just bad, but reading it was like it was making fun of the slasher movies back then. So now it makes a bit more sense. Besides, it just kind of lessens the value of the movie for me now. Um, but you got your general story of this woman, this teenage girl. She's like, "Hey, Dad's going hunting. I'm gonna go to school. I'm not gonna cut class because Dad tells me not to while he goes out duck hunting." Cool. With her boyfriend at school who drinks, which is Brad Pitt. You can drink when you're 18 and drive around drunk. Nobody will stop you because you're a high school basketball star, Brad Pitt. And then you get this backstory where this kid just comes out of an insane asylum. Don't know who this kid is yet, but he did something pretty terrible. And turns out, main girl's dad is the DA who put him away, put the insane kid away. But while Dad's out duck hunting, he dies by a bow and arrow. You'd think that. Turns out he doesn't die later on, which is ridiculous. But
It
we'll
was.
we'll go from there. Um, what else? What else? Oh yeah. So you get to the school, you see the weird kid. Weird kid is the kid that was released from an insane asylum for murdering his dad. Um, so they the whole time trying to figure out if it is that kid that murdered the dad or is it somebody else. What do you think of the movie so far? Because you love the 80s and Brad Pitt
I mean,
constantly chewing and drinking something.
I really don't love Brad Pitt though.
I've seen your phone. Your wallpaper has Brad Pitt on it.
My wallpaper is a picture of our daughter. Anyways,
Yeah. What do you think of it though?
uh, I mean, I liked it. It
You
had me going.
you liked it. What did you like about it
Like so far, or just in general.
in general? We don't have to go like scene for scene on the review.
I just thought it was kind of quirky,
Hmm.
but also just typical. It's like I don't know. It kept me entertained for however long it was, so I can't say it was a bad movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So this movie is a Vinegar Syndrome one. They did the unrated version of it, which whenever it came out, I guess there was a rated R or PG-13 version of it. The kills in it um, don't look like it's anything bad, but I guess for the time it's pretty bad because there's special features in it, like where it shows the differences between the kills and stuff.
But it was so minor.
Yeah, it was very minor, and they probably had to cut it down just to get it at a rating to get people to watch it. Um, but yeah, so going throughout this movie, you start noticing all these murders happen. So first, you got DA dad that's dead but not dead. That gets shot with a bow and arrow. Then next, you have the art teacher. He gets put in a kiln and gets cooked. And nobody really like questions what's happened to the art teacher this whole time till about towards the end.
He deserved it.
What? What?
Yeah.
Why did this art teacher deserve to die?
Because he obviously got that girl in there, the main girl, to look at her body in her little leotard. He's like, and he was just being a creep.
It was an art class.
He was not doing. His thoughts were not artistic. Not for a high school student.
Okay. It looked like artwork to me, so nothing there. Guess you just don't like old men that don't look like Brad Pitt.
I mean, we've already established I don't like Brad Pitt anyways.
Oh, sorry. So you got him, he dies. He gets shoved in a kiln. And he's like, "Oh, I remember you." And then after that, you got the next kill. What was the next kill? It was wasn't the principal. Who got killed next?
Was it the one who got dragged under the bleachers?
Oh, the slutty cheerleader and her boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was another thing. So Brad Pitt hangs out with a slutty cheerleader girl and her boyfriend, which raises some questions. I'm pretty sure they do some double three-way stuff.
Yeah.
And they just drive around, get drunk, like he would in the 80s. But so like yeah, at the basketball game that Brad Pitt was supposed to be at, and he fails because Dad's like, I brought you, brought a what are those people that come and scouts. He brought a scout to get him a college scholarship. Brad Pitt fails. When Brad Pitt fails, you got slutty cheerleader. She gets dragged underneath the bleachers. Oh yeah, this is the first time you see like naked butt and a flash of a vagina. Because slutty cheerleader's like, let's give him a show, and flashes it. That's about halfway in the movie. So this is where I would give it like a lower scoring because it took so long to see something. What?
I mean, it did take a while, so.
And then you also had, so yeah. And the murder for this one, it's still weird that, oh yeah, the boyfriend of the slutty cheerleader likes to hang out underneath the bleachers to look up skirts and collect change.
And the girlfriend knows about it.
She's cool with it. That's how you know she's a dirty whore. I'm cool with you just walking around underneath the bleachers, just getting just gross stuff just falling on you. Yeah, that's fine. I'll still go home and bang you. That's disgusting.
That's vile.
But so yeah, killer comes up and they're like, "Oh no, don't why are you down here? Oh no." Boyfriend gets his throat slashed, and then a girlfriend's just sitting there screaming, and then I guess she got smashed or something, or no, she got taken back. She got grabbed, and pretty sure she got stabbed too.
I thought she got her throat cut too.
I don't think they showed it.
I think in the extras, in the bonus scene or whatever, when it showed
They
like the unrated.
You viewers go back and watch. So you got that murder going on, and the movie's like pretty much like pointing you to like maybe it's not the kid from the insane asylum, maybe it's Brad Pitt, maybe it's this weird janitor that just comes out of nowhere that likes to smoke pot in the classroom by himself or wax the basketball gym without any shoes on.
Yeah, his crusty socks were disgusting. That was like the worst part of the whole movie.
That was
Yes.
That was the worst part.
His crusty socks. Like, at least put on some shoes if you're going to wear them like that.
Oh, and then you got the principal, who had a nice office setup. He hides his whiskey behind the door that you open to get into his office, which was pretty cool. But he brings the main girl in for the cheerleader outfits, and this is the perviest, way more pervier than the art teacher that just said,
I mean, the
"I need a
principal
model
started
in a
it.
leotard, not naked, but you have old principal here.
No, I hate that guy
Oh,
too.
yeah, you got your new cheerleading outfit. It's there on the floor. Oh, great!" Bends over so he can sneak a panty shot, and he's like,
Yeah, I hated him too. I hated him. Well, we'll get to him later on at the game
"What?
where he had that like big megaphone thing. He's like, "Hey, hey," calling her name. He's like, "I've been waiting to see you," or whatever it was.
Oh, where he runs up on her?
Yeah, in
What
front of
about it?
everybody.
Why can't an old man just try to get with
He's the
a
principal,
kid?"
and she's portraying like a 16-year-old girl. Like you're
Pretty sure they were
nasty.
seniors because she was wanting to go to college.
It don't
And a
matter.
lot of those seniors are 18.
That's nasty.
I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just kidding. It is wrong.
It's very
Teachers do
wrong.
not need to be going after their kids, even if they're 18.
Agreed. After they graduate, it's a different story. But while they're still in school,
Because it is illegal still. Then he also had, what was it? So we go from there. Oh, yeah. We got to backtrack a little bit. So main girl, I forget her name. We're just going to call her Betty. So Betty was told by her father, "You go to school, do your work, something else, and no cutting class." Well, the
yeah,
title of the movie. So while I go duck hunting, cool. The whole high school class goes out to the field where the father was dead for some weird field trip thing. Like, look at all these animals. You see his body laying there, and he's like going, "Help, help!"
he's like
And the
hollering.
and the kids are like, "What? What is this? Huh?"
Except the schizo or whatever he was.
Oh, the insane kid that killed
Yeah.
his dad. Yeah, because this is one of the things where it's probably leading you. Maybe it is him, but I'm like, no, it can't be. It can't be that obvious. It doesn't make sense. It's got to be something else. Somebody else is doing it. But yeah, and then somebody steps on him, and he's like, "Oh!" And the teacher's like, "Oh, it's just a toad making those noises out here." How do you not hear this man yelling for his life, and then you step on a person? Come on. And that's where I just thought this was just a terrible movie. But um, so yeah, so you have that going on. Now we got to go back to where we were. After that, you have oh yeah, Brad Pitt. A lot of Brad Pitt nonsense. More events happen where you're thinking it's Brad Pitt.
The copier.
Oh, the copy killing. Oh yeah, with
Yeah.
the vice principal. So like I was thinking it was Brad Pitt before this. Vice principal gets killed with a copier because her face gets shoved into a copier.
And like it just gets mushed,
Yeah,
basically.
mushed all over again.
It's kind
And
of
you
sad.
see Brad Pitt's ring in one of these copies. So you're like, oh yeah, it's definitely Brad Pitt. But the ring is off centered. It's like in the middle of the ring finger. And then you're like, no, that doesn't fit. So I'm thinking maybe it's just that terrible of a movie. They just didn't care and just said, slide it on. Who gives a damn? Who's going to notice that bad? Later on down the road, you find out it is the insane kid killing all these people, and it's not Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt's just a drunk dude that likes to disappear from time to time. Oddly convenient. Um, but girl kills insane kid. Dad makes his trek back to the house, and he gets mad. He's like, he about gets ran over by Brad Pitt and her after they just get out from the school murdering the uh, the insane kid.
Well, because in the beginning, Brad Pitt is driving crazy and almost runs over a little kid riding like a tricycle. He's like, same time next week, like catch you on the flip side. Like it was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, kid about
Yeah,
died.
so they were referencing back to that how he almost the crazy kid cut the brake lines.
Yes. Oh yeah. So you learn Crazy Kid and Brad Pitt, they used to be friends, and He's like, "Hey, Brad Pitt, it's cool, man. I won't say anything." And that's why I'm like, it's definitely Brad Pitt killing these people, and he put
Yeah.
this he planted all the evidence on Crazy Kid or made him believe that it was him, and it's got to be that. And then there's like another story where they were working on cars. I don't think high schools do this anymore, but you can bring a car in, we'll repair it. It's part of shop class, and Brad Pitt comes up. He's like, "Hey, don't touch my brake lines, not without me here." Uh, he's like, "Yeah, I remember when we did this one with my dad and killed my dad." Yeah,
But I never named you
yeah, I never named
because
you.
you showed me how to do it.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks for letting me get away with murder. So that's why I'm like, it's definitely Brad Pitt. No, it's just Crazy Kid killing all these people. Um, but yeah, dad. What?
I was just gonna say, so the dad's falling down like this mountainside. It's a really funny fall actually.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when they realize the brake lines are cut. They're like, oh shit, I'm gonna.
And he pulls that e brake and slides.
Yeah,
She,
narrowly missing.
yeah, and then dad's like, "Hey, insane kid, try to kill me."
I'm
Uh,
gonna kill him.
yeah, I'm gonna kill him. And she's like, "Oh, it's all right. He's already dead. With this is his blood on me. It's fine. We just got done killing him at the school."
She said we took care of him.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Wait, aren't you supposed to be at school?
Don't tell me you're cutting
Yeah.
class.
Yeah. So I guess we'll go in scores since you're the guest. What would you like to rate this? What would you give this? It's 1 out of 5 bucket of popcorns.
And what's the best?
5, because you have 5 buckets of popcorn.
Okay. I'm gonna give it like a 3.5 because it was funny.
Just because it was funny.
Yeah, because some of it was just disgusting, like that janitor's crusty socks. Hated that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, you forgot to mention. Never mind.
What?
The gym teacher on the trampoline where he got speared.
Oh yeah. That one. He Brad Pitt had to come in on a Saturday to make up class.
Or else he wouldn't graduate.
Yeah. So he had to come in. So he comes in and he's like, "Hey, I'll do this class, but I'm not putting on my uniform." And then the gym teacher's like, "Fuck you! You're gonna put on this goddamn uniform if you want to graduate."
And they take turns shouting
Yeah.
"fuck you" at each other.
Yeah. They're in. He's like, "Fine, I'll do it." He storms out. Janitor's just having the time of his life on this trampoline, just bouncing up and down.
He was
All
having a blast.
Oh, I called him janitor. PE teacher, sorry. PE teacher, just bouncing up and down on this trampoline, just not a care in the world, just waiting to come for Brad Pitt to come back so he can get his passing grade. And then it cuts to American flag, like the perspective of the American flag, just walking in, going up underneath the trampoline, and then spears the PE teacher, kills him as he's bouncing up and down on the American flag on the trampoline.
He lands on the stake, so it's
Yeah.
like
You got that. I'll give this, honestly, I'll probably go with you about this on a 3.5. Because this movie was making fun of like the high school scary whodunit movies. It did it pretty well where it's not like too comical, like where it's just a funny movie. Because the whole time I was thinking, oh, it's just a uh, bad kind of horror movie for high school kids. Uh, so I thought that part did really well. Interesting to see how Brad Pitt was in the beginning, because he has this thing with like food. He's always chewing something. This one he's drinking something, and that reminds me, girlfriend's. What was it? Brad Pitt comes into girlfriend's house with a beer in his hand, drunk as shit.
he gets the key.
Yeah, to get the key, but she's like, "Are you drinking? Have you been drinking, or are you drunk or something?" I don't remember
Something
now.
where it was blatantly obvious, like yes, he has a beer in his hand.
Yeah, Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because he had the beer and saying, "Are you drunk? Have you been drinking?"
Like, obviously.
Bitch, I have a beer in my hand. What do you think? What do you think?
Don't be so stupid. You're supposed to be smart.
All right, so 3.5 all around here for cutting class. I mean, if you want to see where these big stars started from, cutting class is one of them. I'm pretty sure, I think we did a review with one with George Clooney. He was in it for like a split second. I think it was Killer High School or something. He dies pretty quick. But, anyways, 3.5 for cutting class. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and review anywhere you get your podcast from. Oh, that's another show. Anyways, on YouTube. I'm a little bit tipsy right now. Nick should be back next week. Nathan should be back next week as well. So we should be able to have finally the video for 300 subscribers. I know that's what everybody's been waiting on, for Nick to be tortured.
I can't wait.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Nick.